Good morning, everybody. This is David coming at you from a steamy zone 5B in the southwest suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, and it's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks since we posted a video. We've been really busy here at the Adams household with my amazing baseball playing son wrapping up his travel tournament. Shout outs to him and his 15U baseball team who finished a tournament in LaPorte, Indiana last weekend. And life. Things seem to go by really, really fast. The weather's been rainy here. We've gotten a ton of rain, which actually helped when I was away those 4 or 5 days, keeping everything watered without me having to hire a gardener to do it. So things are looking big and bushy. But when I came back, I also found a few new problems. And I'm going to tell you what those were in a minute. Before I get started, I want to give a big birthday shout out to my buddy Ashton. Ashton is the younger brother of one of my son's teammates. He's always been a great kid to have around in the dugout, full of energy. He and I will sit there and we'll talk wrestling and we'll talk baseball. We'll talk about what the older boys can do better because he's a great little coach himself. And he is also a huge, huge proponent of my channel. We went bowling while we were down there with my son, Ashton's brother, Ashton's family, and Sammy from the team. And almost every time I went up to bowl, Ashton would make me say my video intro. So he's really good at promoting my channel. At his birthday party yesterday, he was telling everybody about my channel as well. So thank you, Ashton. Hope you had a good birthday, buddy. And now back to the gardening. So things weren't looking nearly as lovely and luscious on my deck as they are now. However, I came back and my bok choy was decimated almost overnight. Now, if you remember, my broccoli is a little too, didn't mess with my lettuce too much. Before I left, I had been having a problem with beetles. But Japanese beetles leave very distinct damage on the plants that they eat. And they will, I don't think I have any to show you, skeletonize like this. Skeletonize the leaves and eat the middle part of the leaves. So when I got back and I found my bok choy like that, stripped of almost all the foliage, I knew it was not a Japanese beetle problem. I came out in the evening and the problem was really, really clear, as on some of these stalks I found these hideous green caterpillars. So if you're ever growing a garden and you come out and your tomato plants look like that, or in my case, my bok choy looks like that, or any of your plants look like that, there's a really good chance a caterpillar is to blame. What I did for my caterpillar problem, for a couple of days, I came out, I picked off the little green caterpillars, and I tossed them out in my yard. I don't know if my chickens ever ended up getting them, but that was the route I went to take care of them. I have seen a few more Japanese beetles, so I did try applying Surround, but as I told you, I've had a ton of rain here, so that didn't really help, and I did spray a little neem oil, and that seems to at least have them mostly under control. Here are all my girls out here, because with all the rain, I need to feed them, and my poor chickens, have decimated my potato bags this year. Last year I had them on the deck and the 3-4 chickens I had didn't touch them. But this year, these 3-4 new ones love to dig in my potato bags. So my potatoes are most likely going to be a fail. I also had a fail in my onion tray because Fro, my baby chicken, my Polish hen, decided she was going to sleep in there and apparently knocked it down overnight. So, not all has been good in the garden. I mentioned it before. I'm seeing a lot of growth on my tomato plants, which is true, but I'm also seeing a lot of blossom end rot. Blossom end rot is a very, very common problem gardeners will face. I've only faced it in my tomatoes, but it is possible in other plants like peppers, and it is the result of lack of calcium. So you might think, well, calcium, that's easy, right? All I have is grind up some eggshells and put it in the soil, or crush up some Tums, or mix some milk with water and pour it in. And that might be true. The thing is, with calcium, you might have plenty of calcium in your soil, and your plants might not be taking it up in the right amount. So it could be the result of inconsistent watering. And the problem with that is, what is consistent watering? I know for a fact that my tomatoes buckets never went long periods of time dry. I really think in my case, my blossom end rot is the result of not amending my soil enough. So this year for my container garden, I reused my potting soil from last year. I did amend it, but I did not add gypsum. Gypsum is a great source of calcium, and I think that is why I am seeing so much blossom end rot. So over here in my raised garden bed, you see everything is doing really, really well. My basil is huge. I have a ton of basil. I'm going to have to start trimming that to encourage growth. And I will dry it on the dehydrator and put it in a spice bottle, or maybe even freeze it this year. I have 2 squash. I believe these are spaghetti squash that I started, so they're not going to be ready for a while. My corn, I don't have very many stalks, but they're doing really well. My grapes are still holding in there. That was the #1 target of the Japanese beetle, so I still do come out and check that every single day. Peppers are absolutely flourishing, and I've given away a couple big bags of peppers lately. Last week, I took some of my black peppers, the purple peppers, that are very similar to bell peppers, along with the shishito and my new favorite tomato, which is the honeycomb hybrid. If you like tomatoes, if you like cherry tomatoes, but you're not crazy about that acidicness, these are so sweet with very, very little acid. My banana peppers are just banging. I'm planning on trying to pickle my banana peppers because I have so many growing. But you see, my plants are all kind of pushed down too because of the storms we've been having. Over there, my shishito is absolutely loaded. The shishito pepper that I tried last week, and I don't think I ever finished my story. So we took some black peppers from the garden. We took some of my cherry tomatoes, my red cherries, and the honeycomb hybrids. And we took one of the shishito peppers and we put them on top of nachos that my girlfriend made for us. And they were amazing. This is her absolute favorite kind of cherry tomato. Again, this is the honeycomb hybrid. I will look and see where I got it from because I don't remember which company. Maybe Burpee, and I will post it in the corner for you guys to see. But it is a great version. Again, especially, this is broken. So I lost a branch on my tree because of the storm. I haven't been out here lately because of all the rain. So it's been a rough year weather-wise. I'm already in the planning phases for next week because of the issues that I've had with my tomatoes this year, that next year I might put them in the ground and instead use my buckets for my cucumbers, which would be a little easier to keep straight. I have 6 cucumber plants here and they're all kind of blending into one. So I can put my cucumbers over in my bucket holders and maybe some of my peppers. And then put the tomatoes in the ground and just come up with a trellis system for them and see how that goes. I've never put tomatoes in the ground. They've always been grown in my containers, and I really want to see just better results. So yes, if you like cherry tomatoes, but you're not huge on that acidicness of them, give the honeycomb hybrid a try. I did try to grow some sun gold, which a few of my favorite hosts talk about on YouTube, and I just haven't had any luck yet. We're here in the giant tomato garden. I do have some get stuffed starting to turn orange. Right here, I have a Mamie Brown, which is one of my heirlooms. My beefsteaks just aren't getting very big, but I do see another common problem that I wanted to share with you guys, and that is splitting. So this tomato, which should have been a beefsteak, so it was a lot smaller, I think because of our weather, the hot, the rainy, not much letdown, because a lot of plants do need a little bit of a cool letdown to help them grow. They just never got really big. So if that tomato split, since I'm not going to eat it right away, I'll toss it to the girls. So I do have a number of tomatoes growing on there. None are really as big as I would hope, but the cherry tomatoes have been doing really, really well. And I wanted to show you guys before we wrap up. Stay, Wrigley, stay. My trees. So in the tree forest over here, my trees are all doing well. I did put some surround on them. This one here, I did notice aphids on. You can see, you might be able to see there's still some aphids on the back. I sprayed it with neem oil. I tried to spray them off of there as well. But what I wanted to show you are these two. So these two trees are the ones that had that horrible, horrible infection. And I do see new growth starting to pop up on them. So that is a great sign that the tree is still alive despite the infection that it had to fight off. The rain has definitely helped. An update on my banana plant. So this is the mother banana, right? This is the big one that I've always had. This is Junior that we've had from the get-go, but in the back, you see little brother. So my banana is doing well. This grapevine, despite being in a smaller container, is really doing well as well. And you see, again, you see that Japanese beetle damage. So you have to come out your garden every day if you can. Early in the morning is the best time for Japanese beetles. A lot of times you'll catch them. They'll be a little sleepy. You can knock them off either onto the ground, but they do fly, or into a small bowl of water with a few drops of soap in it, and that'll take care of them. Nighttime is the best time to come out and look for those caterpillars or hornworms on your tomatoes. And using a UV light will help you visualize those because they are a very vibrant green and tend to blend in really, really well with your vines and your plants. So, guys, I hope you keep on growing. I hope if you've had any challenges this season, like I have, that you're not dissuaded by that, that you just turn around and try to figure out ways to adjust or restart. I am going to be repotting my onions to the ground. My carrots just aren't really blooming, and I don't know that they will now that it's so hot. I might try carrots again as we hit the fall season here. But gardening is a life lesson. Gardening requires learning. It requires patience. It does require perseverance. My 4 Ps that I went over just a couple weeks ago. But to be able to grow and to see your strawberries just thriving like this, or man, just to see the lettuce, to be able to tell my son that he can come out on the deck and pick some lettuce when he wants it for his hamburgers is such a great feeling. I love growing. I love trying some of the things, even if it's something that I don't normally eat from my garden, and I hope to never stop. It's teaching me a ton about myself and nature. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for watching this video. If you came back after 2 weeks, I do plan on posting more regularly now. Baseball is not going to be an issue until the fall, and there's a lot of gardening left. There's still time to put some cucumbers out or some fast early growing varieties of other things. You might get a fast early squash. You might get a couple harvests of cucumbers. Smaller melons might grow well for you. So definitely worth your effort. Don't think that you're done just because we're in July, almost the beginning of August, because here, our first frost day probably, knock on wood, won't be until October or November. So keep on growing. Thank you guys for joining my channel. Stay cool. Get out there. Enjoy life. Enjoy the weather and your pets. And I hope to see you guys back here real soon. Remember to be like these plants and grow a little every day. I'll see you guys back here next time on Come Grow with David A. Have a good weekend.